Hello, Tino. Welcome to Apps Connected 2016. Could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the invitation, Gerard, to be here. My name is Tino Scholman. I'm a Dutch guy, and I'm responsible within Oracle for cloud in Europe, Middle East, and Africa.
Oracle as a vendor has many solutions, services, amongst which cloud services. Not a lot of organizations still run on-premise solutions and are not that eager to make the switch to cloud. And of course, I'm sure Oracle has examples for business decisions to make a switch to the cloud. But do you also have solutions for organizations to make a switch from the historical entanglement to make that switch?
As Oracle, we are playing in four layers of the cloud. We have infrastructure as a service, where you have compute and storage, which you can pull from the cloud into your organization. We have a platform as a service, where you get our database as a service, Java, mobile app deployment, social, all the components that are in our tech layer. We have software as a service with almost 250 applications which you can run, which you can subscribe to from the cloud. And we have data as a service, and that combination of these four layers make us unique. But let's not think that cloud is the only thing on this planet. If not all our customers, most of our customers run on-premise applications from the past. And they have some legacy. Most likely they run e-business suite. They run our database. They may run our middleware capability, and that's fine. And that will consist there for a long time. That will be around for a long time. So in that sense, the unique element that we bring is the hybrid cloud. The combination between cloud and its advantages, as well as on-premise and its advantages. And for this discussion, I don't think I want to talk or use the word cloud too much. It ought to be around business decisions. Why use one versus the other? We are investing heavily in the e-business suite. E-business suite is a very powerful platform, and a lot of your members are using it. And I must say, it makes me humble and proud to see how you are deploying these application suites, as well as JD Edwards and PeopleSoft. I mean, these are also so. This is a thing that makes us very proud. But yet there are components that you may want to use as a satellite offering, as a satellite functionality in that hybrid combination of on-premise and cloud, which you don't want to install yourself on-premise. If there are specific customer experience components, internet loyalty, social components, supply chain components, then you may choose to say, no, I'm going to subscribe to that. And by subscribing, I mean, somebody else, in this case, Oracle Corporation, runs it from their data center. And the data center is more secure than my own. I'm sure you have a couple of questions about security later on as well. So more secure than my own, and the integrations are in place simply because Oracle knows how to build a hybrid cloud with on-premise components as well as public cloud components. So in that sense, there are a couple of business questions to ask. One of the things are, do you want to run everything yourself? On-premise. What is it that makes you unique versus what can better be done by others? There are certain business processes which are not defining your competitive advantage. And they're standard in almost all organizations. And these flows, these processes, maybe you could consider that these can better be done by others. We've seen the same thing in the workplace automation. We've seen the same thing happening in office automation. And in business process automation, you will see the same trend and the same business questions.
Okay. I heard you mention the phrase subscription a number of times in your presentation and in this interview. When we look at old school again, on-premise, when we look at the price lists, there are a lot of thresholds that have to be met in order to acquire the use of Oracle technology. services. Can you explain the difference, if there is a difference, between the old school on-premise licensing and subscriptions model?
Yes, I can. Now there is a clear difference between on-premise licensing and subscribing to a service when you buy things from our as a service portfolio, either it be infrastructure, platform, software, or data as a service. On-premise, you will get the perpetual license to run our software, and with a subscription, you can renew a subscription. You have the option to renew, but you also have an option to expand your subscription. So with on-premise, what you usually do is in the beginning, when you make your purchase decision, you have to calculate, what is the use of this thing, how many users will I have, and that is what you procure. But with subscription, what you could do is start with a smaller group and then later expand. That gives quite a bit of flexibility to our customers.
What's your advice for organizations that seek information if they want to explore the cloud services, if that's something for them? One way to find information themselves. And the second part of the question is, do you see a place for user groups in particular to help organizations and Oracle alike to find information to make such a decision?
Yeah, no, absolutely. The couple of ways to get information when you consider cloud as a potential option. By the way, even if you're considering an on-premise component, there are multiple ways. The internet has completely changed the way you acquire information. Oracle.com is a good place to start. Very good place to start. There is on Oracle.com there is this modern experience website where you see all the business flows that we advise as best practice. So that's a good place to start. But you can also call one of our sales representatives, and what you will see is that these sales representatives these days have they used to be the negotiators, but today they are your functional advisors. Your customer success advisors. So there's a lot been a movement in our organization to focus on customer success. That's one element. But the other element is, like you mentioned, is our user groups. The environmental selling. The environment helps you to make your purchase decision. Has become more and more important. It's like when you book a vacation for yourself, and you also look at Zoover or whatever website to see whether people recommend the place. The same happens in user groups. So that's why I'm very happy to be here and to support the Oracle user groups in general throughout Europe, Middle East, and Africa. To think through the issues that are currently on the plate of the decision makers. Because the options for the decision makers have changed considerably in the last 3, 4, 5 years, and that's a totally new ball game. So user groups, to our opinion, to the Oracle management opinion, are extremely important, and that's why I'm here. That's why my colleagues are here.
What's your data encryption philosophy, and how specifically do you encrypt? Right,
data encryption. Yeah. That's a good question, and I think we have a very good approach to that. If quite a number of colleague companies are going to the cloud, offer their capability in the cloud, in the public cloud, and the way your data is safe with the vendor differs quite a bit per vendor. The way we've done it is we have implemented security throughout the stack. We have a unique advantage that we have the applications, we have the middleware, we have the database, we have the virtual machine, we have the operating system, we have the storage ourselves, and we even have the machines ourselves. So within the chips of the machine, we have started implementing security, and it goes all the way up throughout the stack. And no other vendor can say so that has both applications as well as encryption on chip level. So our encryption philosophy is quite comprehensive. And the beauty of it is that you as customer, you hold the key. So we do not have your key. You have the key. which means our developers, our consultants, our advisors cannot read through your data. It's yours. And it continues to be in your possession. And that makes us unique. There is no other vendor that can provide it in such a comprehensive manner like we do. And of course, we have these certifications that go with it. If you look at ISO 27018 and all the certifications that are required in local market, in the Netherlands versus Belgium versus France or Germany, these certifications are of course there. Security for us is a very big thing. It's one of the most important pillars. We would never want to be in the newspaper with a breach of security. That's our main goal. Your data is secure with us. And that said, we can easily say that despite the size of the organization that you represent or your members represent, we probably invest 10 times more than any of your customers and yourself can afford to invest on security and safety and privacy. So it's quite comprehensive, Gerard.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering these questions. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the audience as a wrap-up?
Yes, there are a couple of things that I would like to close this interview with, and as a message to your members. First of all, thank you very much for the work you are doing for our joint customers. It makes us humble and proud to see how you as a community work with our technology. With our on-premise application suites, with our on-premise technology, also with our cloud capabilities and services. If you look at Oracle, we are proud of both elements, both the on-premise capability as well as the cloud capability. And I think when you look at that hybrid capability that we offer, the combination of the two, that makes us unique, and that's a subject we want to talk to your members about. Because it's of importance. The legacy cannot wipe out so easily. Legacy will be there for a long time, and it should be there. It should be there. So with the cloud capability that we are now offering, both as infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, where you get the database, the Java engine, software as a service, where you get the 250 applications that we offer as a subscription, and data as a service. The data as a service, which is a new element we recently added when it comes to analytics, real-time capability. These components in the cloud are of an innovation speed, of an innovation cycle, which are unheard of before. And we innovate these components in the cloud every 2-3 months on average, and with that you benefit from these innovations very rapidly. Something we today is April the 20th. Something we come up with today will be in your hands, in your utilization, in your application by Christmas time. And so that type of speed of innovation has its advantages. With cloud, you can start small, expand your subscription when you like it, when you enjoy it. The risk is limited because we run it for you in our data centers with our procedures, with our approaches. We do so for thousands of customers in a very solid way in a local data center. The data, where the data is. It's a local data center for the Netherlands that most likely is Amsterdam. Then on top of that, the data is encrypted, so we cannot see it. Only you can see it. You hold the key. You hold the encryption key. Nobody else does. So the data is very safe, and that combined with your on-premise legacy capability gives you the flexibility to start drawing your enterprise IT landscape of the future, and that journey to the cloud, we call it journey to the cloud. It's also a trademark of us. This journey to the cloud is something that we want to talk to our customers, your members, about, because we believe that can help you change to these new business models where you will make your money with, or you will serve your citizens with, or your customers with in the next year and the next years to come. So thank you for this interview. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you very much that we had the ability with my colleagues to speak at your event, and hope to see you next time on your event, because we will be here if you invite us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.